Hi, Todd here from Woodturning Tool Store, back with you for another video. This project is to do a box for my daughter. She and I and my wife were out at the Rocky Mountain Woodturning Symposium in September. In the instant gallery, she saw this box turned out of Rocky Mountain Juniper, and I never got to see it. I was busy in the booth and demonstrating and stuff. So after the event, she told me about it, and got a hold of Michael Roper, and he's able to get me some Rocky Mountain Juniper. So anyway, I got this block. I've turned it already, so we're in progress with this turning. It's a pretty wood. It's kind of pinkish, and it's got some tan tones in it. I did it, pith, face grain oriented with the pith in it. We wanted to get some cracking to fill with turquoise. I've got it pretty much hollowed. When my daughter gets here next week, we'll finish it off. So this is going to be her Christmas present. So thanks for joining. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. And watch this video, and then you should see a second part where we kind of finish it off and make a lid. So take care, and thanks to all of those that are subscribers to the channel, and to Michael Roper for hooking me up with this piece of wood. Check out roperwoodturning.com. I'll put a link below, and take care and have fun watching. Thanks again.
Okay, so once again I screwed up with the microphone, so this is going to be a voiceover. I'm starting with a what do you call this, a stubby center in my chuck and a revolving center. I'm orienting the block crosswise, so face grain, so we'll have pith on both sides of the block. So we get it in between centers and lock it up, and because the grain is running crosswise, as you see here, I'm going to make cuts with the grain. So we'll make cuts from the center out to the outer perimeter, so in this direction shown by my little arrows here, that way. So make cuts that way, and on both sides obviously. So here we go. We got a bowl gouge, and just taking nibbling bites, like I said, in that direction, so that we don't tear the grain fibers. And this is pretty soft wood, so it cuts easily, but does chip a little bit when you're a little bit too aggressive. So you can see some bigger chips coming off. So here I'm trying to get establish the maximum diameter, and just taking off a bit of the corner at first. You can see the max diameter there on the right, and just speed up the video to take away and clear away everything to round. And switching to the other side, here we go. So I actually had a little catch, not really a catch, but right in here you'll see the cut, and there was the step center actually went loose in my chuck, so I stopped and retightened it, and I'm doing some planing cuts with the bowl gouge, handle low, and pull along the axis. So here I'm showing using the cup center is very handy. You can recenter these fairly easily. The cup kind of aligns, so I use the cup center both on the drive side quite a bit, although I'm using a step center, and on the tailstock side. So now we're just cleaning up the ends, and I established the end, and that's basically the size of the tenon we're going to put on, is that stuff I'm leaving in the middle. Clean up the other side, and I judge the sort of tenon on this end. I don't know if I think I actually do put a tenon on this end to put in the chuck. So here we're doing the mortise. This is going to be the bottom, so just cutting away with the parting tool. So then I clean up with this dovetail scraper, that cuts mortises like this, and I clean up the whole bottom, and it's pretty effective. So I got this idea from Mike Peace. I'll see if I can link a video to his video on this as well. So it's a handy tool to create yourself out of a square scraper or any kind of scraper you got. So. So here we are, just cleaning up the headstock end, and this is going to be, I'm putting a tenon on here. I've got a 4-inch jaws in my chuck there, so doing a fairly big opening in this box, if you will. Using a parting tool, kind of skewed over to get in a nice dovetail cut. So obviously we've remounted with that tenon, and I'm cleaning up the nub on the bottom, and I end up cleaning this up and actually do some spiraling techniques after I clean it up, and I forgot to turn the camera on when I was using the small texture tool, so I think I've got a shot of it coming up here. A little 1/4-inch vortex tool in my handle system, very short handle, 4-inch handle is handy just to kind of grab onto, just creating some defining lines between the textured area and the bottom recess. And there's the texture. So here we are, we're flipping the turning around, expanding into that mortise I created in the bottom, and this will give us clear access to the top, where we're going to clean the top rim, and then we'll define that rim a bit more, put some detail on it, and there we go. Here I'm kind of marking for the opening. It's not really set size, it's just kind of what looks and feels good to me. Trying to make that top rim about the size of the surrounding rim. So just cleaning up the top rim area. I've added some detail in here. It's going to be hard to see. You'll see the picture at the end of the detail. So I've got the top done. I've got the rim done. It's kind of good enough to hold on to with your fingers. It's kind of dovetailed, and some nice little bead detail in there. So now we just need to drill, and I do that in 2 stages. One with this, I think that's a 7/8 inch Morse taper drill bit. Drill in with that, and just give it a good starter hole. Easy to use, don't need a Jacob's chuck or anything. And clear that down to, I think it's around 4.5 inches, maybe 5 inches. Now put the big the big Forstner bit on. Put some wax on it to try and stop it from spinning or grabbing. I did have it grab a little bit. It's a big bite of wood, and we drill that to depth as well. So this stuff smells nice. I saved a bunch of these chips, to put in basically a potpourri bowl. Hollowing, here I'm using the teardrop cutter on the flat side oriented, so the flat bar is my half-round bar is flat side down. I did most of the hollowing this way. I did some other tools as well that didn't show, but I left it around 1/2 inch thickness for now, and we'll let it dry that way, and we'll finish it off when my daughter gets here. Thanks for watching.